Welcome to day 4 of the Festive FODMAP series, where I'll be talking all things FODMAP in 5 minutes or less. Today we're answering the most popular question at parties, but where do you get your protein? Keep listening to find out. If you're all familiar with a vegan low FODMAP diet, then you'll no doubt know that plant protein is an even trickier topic than usual for us vegans. This is because many sources of plant-based proteins, such as beans, legumes and nuts, are considered high FODMAP foods and only have small recommended low FODMAP serving sizes. To demonstrate this point, this video is the only one in the series so far that doesn't have any foods that have been tested as low FODMAP up to 500 grams. Now, of course, lots of vegetables, grains and carbs also include protein, so some of the foods mentioned in previous videos, such as oats, polenta, potatoes, quinoa and rice, do count towards boosting your daily overall protein intake. They're just not what I would consider a true protein. So here's my list of proteins that are considered low FODMAP when eaten at the recommended amount. Lentils, canned, 46 grams, Brazil nut, 40 grams, chestnuts boiled, 168 grams and roasted, 84 grams, chia seeds, black and white, 24 grams, edamame shelled, 90 grams, agouti hulled, 24 grams, flaxseed or linseed, 15 grams, hemp, 20 grams, macadamia, 40 grams, mung bean, sprouted only, 95 grams, mycoprotein, for example vegetarian Quorn, 75 grams, nutritional yeast, 16 grams, peanuts raw, 28 grams, peanut butter, 50 grams, pecans, 20 grams, pine nuts, 14 grams, poppy seed, 23 grams, sesame seed, 11 grams, sunflower seed, 6 grams, tempeh, 100 grams, tiger nuts, 20 grams, tofu, firm and extra firm, 170 grams, urid dal or black gram boiled, 46 grams, vital wheat gluten, 30 grams, and walnuts, 30 grams. In addition to this list, some dairy substitutes which contain protein are considered low FODMAP, such as soy-based cheese at 40 grams and soy milk made from soy protein isolate. Now, I've yet to find this in the UK, but it must be available somewhere in the world because it's tested as low FODMAP up to 1 cup. There will be other plant protein sources that fall into the moderate to high FODMAP category that do have small low FODMAP servings, such as most plain canned beans with the exception of baked beans. Including these in your diet at this time of year requires a bit of experience with the FODMAP diet, some knowledge about your individual triggers and the effects of FODMAP stacking. If you need a refresher on stacking and how to avoid it, check out my post in the description box below. In case you're not aware, most canned beans need to be thoroughly drained of their canning water and rinsed in fresh water to make them low FODMAP. This also applies to firm tofu, which should have as much water pressed out of it as possible before eating. This is because the FODMAPs fructans and GOS, which are present in these foods, are water soluble, so removing as much of the water as possible helps to minimise the amount of FODMAPs. This is bad news for many of us who enjoy vegan desserts, such as those containing fluffy creams, mousse or meringues, because these make use of the very high FODMAP aquafaba or canning liquid from beans and chickpeas as an egg replacer. If we head back to our list, we can see that many of these single serving sizes alone do not give us an adequate amount of protein. This is where we need to be mindful of eating a wider variety and combination of protein containing foods as possible, preferably with every meal or snack. This helps these small quantities to add up throughout the day. As an example of a day's eating at this time of year, you could start your day with a tofu and spinach scramble on sourdough toast. Have a wheat meat roast dinner, and the recipe I use includes protein-rich wheat gluten, tofu and cannellini beans, alongside some roast potatoes and a broccoli cheese bake. Finish off with a creamy soy milk and peanut butter rice pudding, and then in the evening a graze board of gluten-free crackers, soy cheese, homemade mushroom pate, nuts and crudités, and this little lot would give you at least 110 grams of protein for the day. The most effective way to make sure your low FODMAP diet is balanced is to work with a specialist dietitian. This is particularly important for vegans, vegetarians or anyone with allergies that have further restrictions beyond the general scope of the low FODMAP diet that could potentially impact overall health and lead to nutritional deficiencies. Alongside that, I also strongly recommend that you invest in the Monash app, where you'll find a comprehensive list of all the foods currently tested, their portion sizes and the FODMAPs that they contain. You can find the list of today's foods and their portion sizes down below. And please let me know in the comments how you'll be balancing your plate and getting your low FODMAP protein this season. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye!